On the path of the Magdalene, there will be selected priestesses who will be skillfully trained to bring activation and initiations to our men and transmissions to our men. They will have the ability to be in the presence of the divine masculine, any man, and they will be activated. They can be activated by the glance of the eyes, by the breath, by the hands, and by just being in their presence. But consciously, they can direct the energy to begin to fire up their, and wake up their light codes so they can step powerfully into their passionate purpose and sacred service. Of course, there's higher initiations, and those higher initiations are much more intimate. However, the intimacy, sexual intimacy, is not necessary for these particular very profound initiations. But these priestesses, the divine feminine is able to bring profound healing and alignment for our men. And those men who are not sure what they're called to do, or maybe even be on the wrong path, will come so powerfully into their passionate purpose and sacred service that they will be in service to the goddess. They will be so on their path. They will come into alignment with the divine feminine to help the co-creation, to help with the co-creation of the new earth paradigm. It's very, very powerful. Of course, there are selected priests who can do the same thing. But on this path, because it is one of the very few paths that I know of in sacred sexual alchemy that has a feminine lineage. And so I want to go into that a little further in another video, the different lineages of sacred sexuality. But on this particular video, it is about introducing the Golden Chalice Mystery School and the path of the Magdalene. Another aspect of the path of the Magdalene is the Magdalene Temple of Light Ascension. And the Magdalene Temple of Light Ascension will be and is a temple that is a physical temple as well as an online temple. And I suspect that most of the seekers and most of those who will be visiting the temple will be online because we are a global community. And this room that you see me in here is actually the beginning of our physical temple. We are founding the Magdalene Temple of Light Ascension here in Southern California. And this room that I am broadcasting from is in the makings of becoming a Magdalene chamber. We are still decorating with sacred objects. You can see behind me there's a beautiful altar that has symbols of the divine feminine, and we are decorating the space. It actually has a pretty profound energy here already. When you sit in the corner, if you sit in the corner and you're sensitive to the energy, you can receive profound initiations and transmissions just by sitting there and being open. So we will have the physical temple space as well as the online temple. But beyond that, everything happens in the spiritual dimension first. Everything. And so myself, as the holder of this tradition, the vessel that this energy is coming through, I have seen and perceived this beautiful Magdalene Temple of Light Ascension in the high heavens, and it is magnificent. We are anchoring in at this moment 12 pillars of light, 12 shafts of light, pillars of light, and they are very close to being anchored in. These 12 shafts of light, each shaft represents the divine feminine and divine masculine. Each shaft needs to have a priestess and a dragon holding that space, holding that energy. I'm only one person, And I have been holding the matrix for this temple, all 12 shafts of light, including the foundation, which is a crystal clear, it's a beautiful crystal clear foundation of crystalline water that flows with living water streaming below it and around it and through it and above it. It is absolutely magnificent. And as we're creating this temple in the heavenly sphere, because we know that as we conceive it, so it is magnificent. It is more than what we see here on earth in the third dimension. And as we conceive that and anchor that energy in the spiritual realm, we are able to anchor it here in the physical realm, because this is where we live. And these beautiful priestesses and magnificent honorable priests, these white dragons, are the ones that are being called on streams of light to anchor in this space, to anchor in this temple. The foundation is close to being complete. However, the calling of the priestesses and the white dragons, the calling of divine feminine and divine masculine merging into one, Magdalena, Yeshua merging into one, is what is needed at this moment. All the resources are here. All the finances are here. All the teachings are here. What we are waiting for now are you who are called to anchor in these pillars of light. It is a beautiful, magnificent thing to behold. And if you feel that you're called to this work at all, please contact us. Please contact me. Hold it in your heart. Hold it. Really go before the divine. Connect with God within, the beloved within. Go into meditation. See if it lines up. See if your spirit jumps and leaps, or maybe there's cry and tears that come to your eyes. See if Magdalene is calling you Yeshua. You might get dreams. You might get visions. You might see words. There's different ways that she calls us. You might get Egyptian symbols because it is an Egyptian lineage. And I want to say this about the lineage. It goes even further than Egypt. It goes even further back than Egypt and Lemuria and Atlantis. It goes further back than that. You know why? Because sacred sexual energy is life force energy. And life force energy has been around since before the beginning, because there never really was a beginning. So we're here on the path of the Magdalene, just one of different streams of light, preparing others for ascension, preparing others for self-mastery, preparing others for alchemy, preparing others for wealth. And we invite you to come and be with us during this time. And to learn more, stay tuned, because we have lots of rich teaching for you. Blessed be. We can be reached at www.pathofthemagdalene.com. And just be aware that our website is still being created. And let us know if you feel called to this at all. We welcome any comments, and we bless you, bless you, bless you. And so it is.